Hi, and welcome to a new video. This is the last round of the competition and it's against the old champion. So it's a really important game. We jump right into it. He played e4. His rating is 1795, so that's a really strong opponent. I play obviously my favorite opening, the Sicilian. And I prepped a little bit against him. I thought he would play knight c3, knight c6, and he would play f4, the Grand Prix attack. I would go like g6 and make a little bit of a setup, probably here or d6. I had to figure it out over the board, but there was my little setup against the Grand Prix attack. So he surprised me on his second move. He played the Alapin. However, the Alapin is also a perfectly fine opening for me. I really like the Alapin for black, maybe white. I never play it with white, very rarely. So you can play d5 right away, and you can take with the queen. And now you take with the queen, you don't have knight c3. And this is not that great to play c4 or whatever. So d4 is a main line, striking in the center. And then I can play castle. That's okay. He went for knight f3. I went for knight f6. Knight a3, a really normal way to develop your knight in the Alapin. Or knight c2. You have choices. I went for a6 because there is a threat of going for this fork. So I don't like it very much. And you cover this and you prepare b5. So it's a multifunctional move. So I really like a6. Bishop c4. And now I should have gone back with the queen. And then I have b5 for free. Because bishop c4 is not that great of a move. You prefer maybe knight c4 to get your knight in the game. And maybe even b5. You don't have, it's quite funny, b5, you'd think you have a fork. However, you have a check. You lose the knight. So next time I just play b5 here. That's a really funny line. But I went for the most active move. I thought it's check. Queen maybe, and I take, or with the king, probably with the bishop. e6, b5, and I have a perfectly fine game. However, he was pretty smart. He played bishop e2, and it's the best move. Because my queen is not on a great place. So still an idea to go here. So I maybe need to cover it, but I thought b5. So this knight can only develop to c2. He castled. e6, both best moves. Now I went for rook e1, the most natural move. And he's threatening this check and losing my queen. Even if he doesn't have the check, it's important to move the queen because it's on a dangerous spot. Queen d5, the most natural place, I guess, is c4. You can take, and now you bring your knight in the game. Or, well, here you lose the queen. And now, or with the knight, or with the bishop, probably with the knight. Now the knight is in the game, and I have a lot of problems. I'm losing here. So queen d5 is not a great move. Queen b7 is blocking your bishop. And even d5 is also perfectly fine. So I went for queen c6. The only downside to queen c6 is knight e5. And he played it... Oh, sorry. He played it instantly. But I saw this move. So I played queen c7. Well, I'm attacking the knight. However, you have a discover attack, so you don't actually I'm not attacking the knight. So he went with bishop f3. He's defending the knight. He's attacking my rook. However, it's not a great move. I have bishop b7 blocking, developing and blocking at the same time because the diagonal is really strong. And we just want to put both bishops on it and fight which one wins in the end. So he went for d4. I took. He's an isolated pawn. Sometimes a weakness, sometimes a strength. It depends. And now I went with a really nice move because you want to castle. However, you need to move the bishop first, obviously. Bishop e7 is a little bit passive. However, you stop things like this. But you have bishop f4 now. And that's annoying. Because if I, let's say, make a random move. Let's say I develop. You have knight g6. And knight g6 is a pretty funny move. Because you are attacking the rook. But you're defending the bishop. So take, and now you have you win exchange. King, bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, rook c8. Maybe this, or is this bad? Oh, my bishop is hanging. Never mind. I thought you went for the knight. But this is a really nice line. I saw it in a game, so his pieces are really active here. The only downside at this position is the pawn and his knight. However, I am quite passive. So I really didn't like bishop f4. So I went for my master plan. You can also take on the knight. It's pretty fast. You can castle right away. And then bishop f4 is not that scary. However, the double pawns, he will get rid of it pretty fast. So it's not that nice to have double pawns on the A because you can push. If I take you, it's already undoubled. And if he pushes and I push, you can later on push it again. And you cannot push this pawn too far because it will be a target. So I went for my master plan, bishop b4. Bishop b4 is a really annoying move. It's the best move, so that's a nice thing to do to play the best moves. The engine line is rook f1. It's really weird to put your rook on f1. Not sure why. Maybe a super gem understands it. However, a normal human could play rook e3, but maybe you have knight. But this now you can just castle real fast. And the rook is a little bit dummy. The bishop is not. And now maybe you want to trade. Knight c2 is a tempo though, so that's nice. However, he went for bishop d2, the most natural square. And now I can trade a lot of pieces, which I really want. Because, like I said, this is bad and this is bad. So if I can trade all these pieces on my terms, I am slightly better. So I went for it. So bishop takes d2. If you take with the queen, I take your bishop. You have to take with your knight. Well, this is bad. So knight. So he didn't like this. He went for this move. And now the best move is take. And he took, so he can keep his knight on e5, which is a nice outpost. Now I can develop. But I thought the most smart move was to castle into safety. And now I am a little bit better because of the two weaknesses. Now he should play knight c2, develop his knight. However, he went for rook e3. And he tried to start an attack. However, there's a problem. You cannot put your rook on g3. There's a fork. And so that's the most scary place to put it. And rook h3 is a little bit less scared. You have to activate your queen. My knight is covering it, so it's not scary at all. So I went for the most natural move. I wanted to connect my rooks, so I went for knight b d7. Knight c6 was also fine, but he could take and play rook c1. And why would you give this tempo for free? So I went for knight b d7. If you take now, there are still weaknesses, so we trade into a nice endgame for me. And he blundered right into it. He went for rook g3. And he completely missed it. Almost 1800, and sometimes they blunder too. So that's perfectly fine with me. So I went after calculations, because you have to calculate some things. Not that much, but you can take, still a fork. And where do you put your queen? It's really important when you see a tactic, because this is a classical game, so I had like 30 minutes left. It's really important when you fork someone is, first of all, this sacrifice you need to calculate, but that's not really scary, because you don't have a check. And if you queen e3, you can play even knight takes, and you cover. And this check is again not that great. Rook a c8, maybe even rook f d8, chasing the queen around, and you're completely winning. However, you need to see it, because maybe there's a perpetual somewhere. So in the end, I didn't see anything, so I went for it. And sacrificing your rook for nothing is even worse. So you just trade everything off. And now you simplify. The golden rule to when you're winning an exchange or a piece is to simplify. And it's knight takes e5, obviously, because this knight is stronger than my knight. So you get rid of it. Now this pawn is a little bit annoying here, but you can deal with it. Centralizing your queen, just normal principle chess. Knight c2, and now a really nice move, queen d2, attacking the knight and attacking the pawn. So the best move is queen b3. Well, the actual best move is knight e3, giving away your pawn. This is what happened in the game. You can also go back with your queen, but I just snap take this. Or queen b3, however, rook a c8, and you're attacking the knight. And you probably can trade off one piece, knight f1, and now the knight is bad. So you can probably activate your rook or go back with your queen, and it's really comfortable winning position. So he gambit this pawn. I'm attacking the rook, rook f1, rook a c1. I want to put the rook on c1 to trade this off. He went for a little bit of a trick. However, I can just move my king. However, I did it right away. So now if you take, if you put your knight on here for some reason, you can take, and now it's completely winning. So there's no moves you have. So he went for queen f4, and I went for queen c2. A little bit of a safe move. However, not sure what his plan was in the first place. However, if you go h4, maybe start an attack, I don't know. I just play queen f5. It's not the best move, I guess. What's the second best move? But just get rid of the queen, and now g6, and you're controlling both both files. So that was a really nice game, and I won against the old champion, so I'm really proud, and nice ending to the season. So looking forward to the next game, and bye.